pages. On your pages, you can choose different header types. I'm not going to go through all the features here, but we'll probably hit most of them. You can change the header type, so you can have a banner or a title. So I just put a banner on my web page. You can put a large banner on your web page. You can have it just be title only. That's your choice. And I know, I'm not seeing it offhand, but I know I did it on one of my other pages. If I go back here, I don't remember exactly how I did it. I remember it being very easy to do. If I go back to my other page, you can see that you can actually change the backgrounds and change the headers. I think if you click on it, you can see it says change image. So if you click around, you'll see different things. So you can change the image. There's a whole bunch of stock images you can choose. There's stock color bars that you can use. You can upload your own image if you really want to. So again, on the About Me page, this is an image. This is an Arizona sunset, so that's a picture I actually took. So you can change the background banner images. You can do all kinds of cool stuff. Reorganize your pages. This right here, if you go over to the next tab, this toolbar over on the right is pretty much where all the magic happens. So click back and forth, pick your theme first, add your pages. You can add pages, delete pages, whatever you need to do. The Insert tab, this is where you're going to make your money. Okay, this is where you can add text boxes. I'm going to go to my Cleveland Browns page, and I'm going to add a text box. So if you click on text box, it adds a text box. Go figure, right? And you can put whatever you want in there. Except I can't seem to type. Okay, make a text box. You can drag and drop, you can resize, you can have multiple lines. If you notice, if you hover over the text box, it brings up a resizing window. You can drag it. You can change it to different text sizes. So I would suggest playing around with different text sizes. You know, you can do pretty much Word document, word processing features, bulleted lists. Very simplified, but you can do all kinds of stuff. This little guy right here, this means link. So you can add links in there. I know that like Lindsay and I were talking yesterday about her web page. So she has folders or chapters, and those chapters link to subpages that have your notes and things like that. Is that correct? So you could add links and things like that. Okay. You can add text boxes. You can embed web pages. So I'm trying to think of something that I would want to embed that would link you to another web page. So you can do that. You can upload files. You can add an image. So if I click on image, it should add an image. I can search for an image. Oh gosh, what kind of image? Mountain bike. I'm going to search for an image. Hopefully nothing terrible comes up. It's always kind of a risk. I like that image right there. That's a really good image. It'll pop it in. You can grab that image. You can drag it wherever you want. You can put it up on your header. You can pretty much do whatever you want. I can put my image right up on my header just by dragging it and dropping it. It's super cool, super easy. I want to get rid of that, and I want to put it back over on the left. Drag it, drop it, resize it, do whatever you need to. If you look over here, all my blocks, they're very white. I think that's kind of hard to read. So if that bothers you, you can click on the little palette up here, and you can change the background. So there's different emphasis that you can put on there. So you can make it a red background. You can change the image. You can do all kinds of cool stuff. Super easy to use, just like a word processor. I'm like, you know what? I don't like that mountain biker. He makes me mad. So boom, I clicked on him. He's gone. And you know what? I'm not really a huge Browns fan either. Not anti-Browns, but you know what? I'm going to get rid of that too. But I'm going to keep, just out of respect for you, I'm going to keep my page titled Cleveland Browns. Okay. Some of the features that I think you will want to use as a teacher, you can upload files from Drive. So if I click on Google Drive, you can see there's Google Drive, there's Google Embeds. You can embed YouTube videos. You can embed a calendar. You can see that you can embed docs, slides, sheets. You can embed all kinds of stuff. I'm going to embed a Google Drive folder. So if you click on that, it should bring up my Google Drive folder. I don't really want to see pictures of my wife or my cats right now, so I'm going to go back to my drive. I could embed my my EdTech badge that I earned. I think we got those last year. But really what I want to embed is I want to embed my EdTech class docs. Is that right? I have some chapter notes. You can see when I click on that folder for chapter notes, it allows me to insert it, and bam. Okay, so that's my chapter notes. So if I had notes that I wanted to give the kids, I'm sorry.
You can drop a whole folder.
You can drop the whole folder. Yeah. So really, what you can do is on your Google Drive. So I'm a math teacher anyway. So we do notes and worksheets. We're all geeked out like that. So you can just take, Kristen, you can just take all your notes that you want, throw them straight in a folder, and you can upload that folder right to Google Drive. And every time you put more notes, more worksheet, more resources in that folder, it'll automatically update.
That's nice.
It's kind of cool. Okay. Again, one of the things that I'm I'm not a big fan of sorting through folders, looking for for information, notes or whatnot. So one of my next moves that I want to get into is using Google Calendar. So stop it. So I can upload a calendar. I have an Algebra 2 calendar. I didn't even know that I actually had an Algebra 2 calendar. But I can insert my Algebra 2 calendar, and you can see there's your calendar. Now, I'm not actually viewing the web page right now, so it shows everything as boxes. So this isn't actually the way your web page will view. So like if you try to click on any of these things, like any of the files in that folder, or if you try to click on week or month or any of that stuff, it really won't do anything because you're not actually viewing the web page. You're kind of building the web page. And I'll show you how to view it in just a minute. So. Cool stuff. Questions, problems, issues. Again, you can reorganize. You can reorganize things just by dragging and dropping. So I really want my calendar to be up here in front of my folder so that kids can check the calendar, see what they're missing, see what they have to do. Then they can go to the folder and download those things. So you can drag, drop, do all kinds of stuff. So, okay. Questions, problems.
Would you recommend this, Google Classroom, both? I mean, what are your thoughts
So
on that?
I don't really use Google Classroom that much. I mean, I'm familiar with it. I think though, Google Classroom, again, I don't know if anybody in here uses it. Do you use it at all?
Yeah, I use it pretty extensively.
So because that's kind of like a lot of English teachers use Google Classroom. Yeah. So do you use it too?
I tried the first 3 times I tried to use it, it crashed, so I gave up on it.
Wow.
Okay, you crashed all of Google?
No.
Nice. Go girl.
No, just the classroom wouldn't work.
Yeah.
It wouldn't play any of the videos or anything, so.
I have a friend, just one, and she teaches at West Holmes. She loves Google Classroom, and she uses it for math teacher. She uses it for all her assignments. She has her kids turn in her assignments electronically, and then she grades them electronically.
I used it at Galleon because they were 1-to-1. We weren't allowed printing copies, anything.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah.
So, and I just kind of wonder, as a math guy, I want that paper in my hand, So I don't know, I kind of feel backwards about that. But so as far as Google Classroom is concerned, I can't really say I know a lot about that. I will say, though, that to do like some of the calendar things that I really want to do, I think I'm going to have to get into Google Classroom, and I think I'm going to have to do that calendar stuff through Google Classroom because it's not working the way easily and seamlessly through my there's Google Calendar and then there's Google Classroom that has a calendar,
right.
And they're kind of integrated, but they're also very separate. So I think in order to do some of the notes and documents and stuff per day, I think I'm going to have to use Google Classroom Calendar to do that. Because again, just throwing everything into a big folder, that's fine, that's great. But really what I want to do, what I would envision for my students that would actually do this is, Heath would say, oh, I was absent yesterday. And I'm like, okay, well, yesterday was the 6th. So go to the calendar, click on the 6th. It's going to have the assignment. If there's a worksheet or whatever, boom, it's right there. And, Okay, so you make your web page. You're ready to go. Again, there's undo, there's redo, very word processor-ish. This little button right here, this is preview, okay? So you would have to go through all your different web pages and, add what you want and move things around and, do whatever you want to do. This is if you want to preview. So I think this is one of the next really cool things about the new Google site. So if you hit preview, it previews your web page, which really isn't that in and of itself isn't that exciting. But this is what your web page would look to anybody out on the web. So it's really that easy. The other cool thing about preview is, kids are using devices and iPads and whatnot. So you can click on different devices down here in the bottom right corner, and it'll show you what your web page would look like from a different device. So if I would click on the little cell phone, this is what my web page would look like on a cell phone. So that's really important. My one brother is kind of really nerded out in web pages and all that stuff, and one of his big pet peeves is you need to have an online presence for all the different devices that people use, because they're using phones and iPads and different things. So if your web page doesn't have a presence, an online presence for a cell phone that's easily readable, I think we've all been there. I know I've been there where I want to find this and that, usually probably like a menu for a restaurant, because I like food, but and you go to the menu and you're just like, oh my gosh, I can't read it, because their online presence is not very good for a cell phone. So you can click on different devices and see what your web page would look like as it displays on different devices. And that's all from the view menu. You can click on your different pages and see how they would view. And then when you're done viewing, you click the little X and it'll take you back to your editor. And you can edit your little heart out. When you're ready to go, you want to go to publish. If you click on publish, it will publish your web page to online. So right now, anything that you're doing, you can put whatever you want on your web page right now on your site, and nobody can see it because you haven't published it. So once you publish it, you can determine who you want to publish to. So you can publish it to, honestly, just anybody that's in our domain or anybody that's on